Dear Deputy Director General from Europe, dear Deputy Major, Tel Aviv, dear friends of Spain and Israel, of Tel Aviv and Barcelona, of our both countries. I'm extremely honored to be here, and I would like to thank Israel-Spain Forum Alliance, especially Blanca Navarro, for organizing this event. As I've said already a few times since I arrived here, but I like to stress it. I'm going to say a few things that I have already said before, but I want to keep to them. As Ambassador of Spain, my mission in Israel has a clear goal: to foster a better understanding and tighter cooperation between our two countries, between its governments and institutions, their civil societies, companies, and private citizens. And today, I feel that I have many allies with me here. Our allies when we deal with the relationship between our two countries. For years, we've heard about the importance of public diplomacy and the role of civil society. Today, thanks to each and every one of you, we can see a clear example of what public diplomacy is and what civil society can do to bring together two countries, two societies, or two cities. A few days ago, last month, we celebrated the 37th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Israel and Spain. But our common history goes back several centuries. As I have said also in many occasions, Spain is really proud of the shared legacy of ancient Sefarad, a golden age of Jewish culture that has been lovingly kept in the language and customs of so many Sephardic Jews. Names like Maimonides, Yehuda Halevi, or Rabbi Gavirol are precious reminders of this shared past, and so are many words in the Spanish language, such as sábado or Eden, among others. In recent years, there has been a growing awareness and greater institutional support for the reawakening of this legacy. Let me mention three examples that I always like to mention. First, with the aim of restoring a historical injustice, Spain approved in 2015 a law that facilitated Spanish nationality to Sephardic descendants of the Jews of Spain.
Thank you very much.
The Jews
What about the Ashkenazis?
Thank you very much.
That's Poland.
The Jews of Spain, the Jews expelled in 1492. Unfortunately, expelled in 1492. Over 130,000 people from all around the world have acquired Spanish nationality or are in the process of doing so. I see some faces in this audience of new Spanish citizens who have obtained our nationality through this law. Second, with the goal of protecting Ladino or Judeo-Spanish language that is estimated to be spoken by 500,000 people in the world, 300,000 here in Israel, the Royal Academy of the Spanish Language supported the creation, in October 2009, of the National Academy of Judeo-Spanish in Israel as a correspondent institution. And one of the key speakers today, if I'm not wrong,
Yes.
Shmuel Rafael, he was here today, is the secretary of this academy. And third, we have Centro Sefarad-Israel, which I really love very much because I was its first director general. It's a Spanish public institution devoted to fostering the legacy of Sephardic Jewish communities and our common heritage, as well as the relations Spain-Israel being a bridge between Spain and the Jewish culture. It was established in 2006, and Centro Sefarad-Israel collaborates today with this event, recording and broadcasting it. So Spain and Israel have a strong and promising relation. We have intense and growing economic relations based on proximity and complementarity. Bilateral trade is robust and increasing, and Israel has one of the most dynamic startup environments in the world for investment in innovation and technology fields are especially attractive to Spanish firms. Actually, in these 10 days, around today, we have received 6 or 7 delegations from Spain: tourism, defense, innovation, and more. I counted it, I think there are 7. Also civil society, like today. And all of these are for us, Israelis and Spaniards, a tremendous potential. We are at opposite ends of the Mediterranean Sea, a mare nostrum that must be used as a bridge for better and deeper relations. And today, more than ever, this is our will and this is our mission. Bridges have been the main subject of these discussions, no? Today, this evening, about bridges, about culture, about innovation and technology, about commerce, and about cities and their citizens. The last dialogue was entitled Tel Aviv-Barcelona relations. We were supposed to do about Tel Aviv-Barcelona relations, and it was. As you know, yesterday something happened in this regard, and I was thinking about ignoring it, but I think I cannot ignore it. It's something that you all know and you've heard, and I want to be very clear in relation to this, and as I listen some other people saying, no. What happened yesterday was not a decision that represents Spain, nor the Spanish people. It does not represent Catalonia, nor the Catalonian people. It does not represent Barcelona, nor the people of Barcelona. As many local political leaders from Barcelona declared yesterday, it was a decision taken unilaterally because the city council would not have been approved it. I thought I had to mention it because we have gathered here today also to talk about Barcelona and Tel Aviv, but maybe, as it was also said, we should not pay so much attention to it, because the Barcelona City Council has been called to go over the decision in the coming days, and also, and maybe more important, because the long-standing relation between Barcelona and Tel Aviv and among Barcelonians and Tel Avivians goes far beyond. Having said that, I would like to express my special thanks for the words of the spokesperson of the Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Lior Hayat, who yesterday acknowledged that the majority of the citizens of Barcelona do not share the decision adopted, and made it clear that the friendship between Israel and Barcelona is based on a shared culture and values. And this friendship is undoubtedly alive and will undoubtedly last. Like Tel Aviv, Barcelona does not divide. Barcelona builds bridges. Barcelona is a city of dialogue, a city of cooperation. It has always been, and it will always be. I hope. In this context, I will also like to share with you, maybe you were aware of it, but I think it's important to stress it, that the government of Spain has just approved the National Plan for the Implementation of the European Strategy to Combat Anti-Semitism and the Promotion of the Jewish Way of Life for the period 2023-2030. It aims mainly to give a more forceful response to the persistence of this scourge and systematize and improve the resources and measures to fight anti-Semitism. This is our commitment. This is our firm commitment. And just to finish my words, I want to thank you again, Blanca, and I want to thank you to all who have worked to make this event happen. Thank you to Instituto Cervantes for hosting us. I think you know why the director cannot be here today, unfortunately. And I want to thank especially the Deputy Mayor of Tel Aviv, Meron, and my friend Daniel Meron, Deputy Director General for Europe, for being here with us tonight. At the end of the event, as has been said, I we'll be happy to invite you to toast with a glass of cava, because I firmly believe that we have to celebrate that we have all gathered here today to strengthen the relations between Spain and Israel, the relations between Barcelona and Tel Aviv. Thank you very much.
Shalom, Erev Tov. My name is Daniel Meron. I'm the Deputy Director General for Europe Affairs at the Foreign Ministry. אני סמנכ"ל לאירופה במשרד החוץ פה בירושלים. And it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for the Cervantes Institute for organizing this evening, for inviting me. Dear Ambassador, dear my friend Anna, thank you for the warm words you said here. I think I will open by asking you to convey to the mayor of Barcelona the message that she takes her decisions and we celebrate the Tel Aviv-Barcelona relations. That's our response to her. Please convey that message to her. Greetings everybody and muchas gracias for allowing me to conclude this important event. Barcelona is one of the most beloved cities by Israelis. At the height of the coronavirus and the epidemic, I was looking with my wife for a place to go, and the only place in Europe that was open at a certain time was Barcelona, if you remember that. And we visited there, I think it was about 3 years ago, and the memories are so strong. It is such a beautiful city, and I'm not the only one who says that here. Many songs were written about the city in Hebrew. About its football association, we don't have to say much. One of the most beloved, Barca is one of the most beloved football associations in Israel that has so many fans. There is a distinguished medieval Jewish community which used to exist historically in Catalonia, and even its name, Barcelona, derives from a Semitic origin. Some theories connect Barcelona with the Phoenician general Hamilcar Barca, and its name associated with the word shining in the Hebrew word Barak, Barcelona. Spain and Barcelona have long-standing connections with the Jewish people, especially during the Golden Era, and you've spoken about this, Anna, and this harbors a significant and positive place in the history of the Jews. Many citizens of Israel are Sephardim, you also mentioned this, or descendants of Spanish Jews, making the blood connection between peoples solid and tangible. From the Spanish side, the people of Barcelona adore Tel Aviv, as we heard tonight, as they find their own city in its image, with the welcoming sandy beaches, its bustling and young nightlife, its unique architectural modern pearls, and the lavish gastronomic variety offered to its visitors. Only a few years ago, in 2016, we marked 30 years of diplomatic relations between Israel and Spain and celebrated 100 years since the re-establishment of the Jewish community in Spain after the expulsion of 1492, the Girush Sfarad. The president of the time, Rivlin, visited Spain in what was the first state visit of an Israeli president to Spain for a quarter of a century. Previously, the former president, Chaim Herzog, the father of Yitzhak Herzog, visited Spain for the symbolic and historic signing of the cancellation of the expulsion order of Jews from Spain. I would like to quote from former President Rivlin's visit. He said, in the years of our diplomatic relations, strong and broad bilateral relations have been established, encompassing a wide range of fields. Our current visit is an expression of mutual commitment to strong ties between countries. Our common path has a glorious past, and our future that can be existing, fascinating and glorious. The relations between Israel and Spain, I'm continuing, are today on a rise, and many collaborations performed in the fields of economy, tourism, innovation, and technology, and even culture and heritage. Many Israeli companies visit Spain in an attempt to integrate with its prosperous market. I want to just take a minute to acknowledge here, we have here who I consider to be one of the fathers of the Israeli high-tech, Yossi Vardi, and next to you is a young lady who you introduced yourself as being a high-tech diplomat. So we have here people representing the high-tech industry. I want to say also that in one of my previous visits to Spain, we used to think of Spain a huge, strong country, and Israel being a small country. You are still a strong, very important country, but Israel also has strength, and strength in high-tech, strength in many fields. And more than once I've noticed Spain asking for Israel to help in some information, like in the time of the COVID pandemic, when I was on the line when we gave top scientists from here, when Sharon Alroy-Price and others briefed Spanish doctors about the pandemic, and we take a lot of pride that we can also help Spaniards, not only Spaniards help Israel. And this is a two-way channel. Recently we had 2 delegations here. You were mentioned 7 delegations now here, but we had 2 government or political delegations, one of innovation ministries from different autonomous communities of Spain, and another one of congressmen and congresswomen. It's no coincidence that we discussed today in the course of the seats that took place here throughout the different sessions, the different areas of collaboration of art, culture, innovation and technology, creativity and human diversity, trade and interpersonal connections. Both Tel Aviv and Barcelona are places that spur warm and random encounters between people. Unfortunately, as you all know, as we spoke about, we were informed yesterday about this regretful suspension of the agreement between Barcelona and Tel Aviv in what is a motivated, political, narrow-minded consideration. Reference to Israel as an apartheid state is ignorant at the best, or it stems from malicious intentions by the initiator. Everyone who ever visited the country, the state of Israel, sees with their own eyes the diversity in the country. Tel Aviv and Barcelona are both liberal, free Western cities. Israel and Spain share common values. And Yossi, yes, many of us are worried about different things that are happening in the country, but we will continue to share common values with Spain. We are a strong democracy. I believe in the democracy. I believe in the country. I believe in the great people here in Israel and the people of Spain. Nullifying the agreement that was done by the mayor of Barcelona serves only those who pursue disconnections, hostility, and discrimination. In times of radicalization, hatred, and dark regime, it is one's duty to support the moderates and the peace-seeking actors. We are obliged as Westerners who believe in democracy to give way for dialogue over boycotts, fraternity over alienation, and truth over lies. We will keep fighting for the renewal of the Twin City Initiative. One of the Jewish sages of Catalonia, the Rambam, Rabbi Moshe ben Nachman, was the formulator of a very important Jewish principle. The deed of the fathers is a sign for their sons. Maseh Avot Siman Banim. I am hopeful that the deeds of proximity and togetherness we planted in recent years between our 2 nations, our 2 states, the 2 cities, Tel Aviv and Barcelona, will be the good sign for the future of our sons and daughters. Muchas gracias.